Make sure we're live. And I will get started. I got a little bit of a cold here, guys. You guys are going to have to give me a second, get my bearings. Alright. Hope everybody's doing great today. I'll get started here in just a second. Wait for a couple people to get on in. What's up, Keeper? Yeah, I know, man. Past couple of days. Past couple of days I've been a little rough. But we're gonna get on through this. That's how we do what we do. I'm hoping to feel better by Halloween. I think I'm feeling slightly better today, even though I sound worse than I did yesterday. Man, yesterday I was not feeling really good at all. Today, slightly better. Non-Mouse, welcome. Good morning. Any day you wake up is a good morning, right? I mean, that's how I feel, anyways. Although yesterday I felt like death warmed over. Liz Solomon, welcome on in. How are you? Thanks, Unindoctrinated. I feel slightly better today, even though I sound like crap. What's up, Claiborne County? It's not a flu. I think it's a cold. If I had a flu, I'd be yakking, and flus are always worse. I mean, you know how that goes, Keeper. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to hit you guys with that intro music. And welcome, everybody. MLH Comment Show for Halloween weekend, the 29th of October, 2022. Hope everybody's doing great, having a great Halloween weekend. Mine is full of germs. You can tell by my voice I'm a little under the weather. Yesterday was, like I was saying before the intro, I was way worse. But I feel slightly better today. So hopefully I'll feel better by Halloween. I got a lot of creepy food to make, you know what I mean? I'm making bat wings, which are basically like Asian sauce wings, and some other stuff. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Plan on having a great Halloween. Halloween's like my favorite. I love scary movies. I love the candy giving. I mean, to me, it's a giving holiday. I don't know. I've always looked at Halloween as like a giving holiday. You know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of weird in that fashion. Not even Christmas do perfect strangers give a bunch of other perfect strangers gifts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Christmas is more of like a family-oriented kind of day, and Halloween is more of a community day, All right, let's get started. Ashley, welcome on in. I sound like crap. Yeah, I know. Keeper, I've been taking vitamins, so thank you for the advice. Welcome, Ashley. Nice to have you in here. Chili, candy, and scary movies. Yeah, that's awesome. Don't forget that some chills in those wings to help clear your sinus. Oh, chili? Yeah, no doubt. I put a little bit of pepper in them. They taste really good. Can't wait to get started on that. I'm trying something new this year. I'm trying a pumpkin cheese fondue. Like, you open up a pumpkin, you put a bunch of cheese and a little bit of white wine and some cream, and hopefully that turns out really good. But it is what it is. All right, let's get started with the comments here. Got them up on the screen there. Pallone, who was sick in the hospital. Hopefully you're feeling 100%, Pallone. Says, hey, MLH, I'm home, still in pain, but I love pain. Oh, wow. I don't. I have to keep positive. Thanks for your hard work. Yeah, thank you, Pallone. Like I said, I hope you are 100% now, man. King Solomon says, MLH, salute, and Bernie, bunch of flowers. Thank you, King Solomon. Appreciate that. Unchained Art. We're going to get to some interesting stuff here. I had a couple of interesting videos this week, but, since I was under the weather, I didn't have a ton of content, but I think it was quality this week, so we're going to get to it. MLH, YouTube screwed me on the alert. Yeah, YouTube seems to do that. Try unsubbing and subbing Unchained Artists. Sometimes that helps. I don't know. YouTube is a weird deal, man. Becky O, how are you? Did I miss anybody in chat here? I don't think I did. Yeah, thanks, Ashley, for holding down the fort. Let's see what else we got here. There was a post I think I put, and so for some reason YouTube decided to take it down, but Caucasian says, that's good. Thanks, Caucasian Sasquatch. Lois Holland says, I may be elderly, but when I grow up, I hope to be just as brave and honest. Mad respect from Texas. And this was the Aurora police chief threatened citizen on camera. That was the KDOT versus the now former Aurora police chief who threatened KDOT on camera. Thank you, Lois. Appreciate that. Unchained Artist says, I imagine. Oh, this was my post about the movie I'm writing. I am writing right now. The past couple days I haven't been able to write. Like I said, I haven't been feeling great, but I already got the beginning. I'm guessing about 10 to 15 minutes of the movie done. I should have it done by at the latest late December. But I plan on starting shooting in January, if you can believe that. So if you're in the Denver metro area and you are an actor and you want to work for peanuts, basically maybe, I don't know, a couple burritos at Taco Bell or something, then hit me up on the email, mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. I may be able to use you in my movie. Unchained Artist says, I imagine Kevin Smith, but before his daughter ruined his sense of humor. Mallrats 1, Dogma. You know what? I think it's gonna be in that vein, Unchained Artist. I don't mean in the style of Kevin Smith, because he's got a lot of snarky dialogue and stuff. This movie is actually some events that have happened in my life. I don't want to ruin everything, but it's something that I need to do. You know what I mean? It's one of those life things that I really plan on putting a lot of hard work into, and when I get it done, it's gonna be surprising to you guys. I'm pretty sure. So you didn't get a notification, Becky? Well, I mean, that's YouTube for you. That's how YouTube is. All right, let's move on here. Matthew King, on the same topic, gave me the thumbs up. Hey, Matthew King, I still have your $10 in my Cash App. I plan on, as soon as I feel better, I've decided what I'm going to do with the $10 that you gave me. I am going to find some random homeless person, and I'm going to buy them a hot meal on a cold day. And I hope that's okay with you, Matthew. $10 is going to buy a good meal for somebody on a cold day here in Denver or Lakewood or Aurora. I mean, it's just going to be random, but I will announce it, and that live stream will be dedicated to you, my friend. So I really do appreciate it. King Solomon gave me the A-OK on that movie thing. Canada is watching, says, cool, what kind of script? Like I said, it's going to be more of a dramatic piece, but you guys are going to be really surprised, and it in a peripheral way, it's going to have to do with the channel. and all of you. So it's you guys are gonna be pretty, I think, pretty impressed with it. Hopefully by the end of it. Car Thief News says my attempt at the Jedi mind trick. Right? He says it needs a certain unnamed car thief with Tourette's. There's going to be plenty of room for a lot of stuff in this movie, Car Thief, so keep that in mind. Salty says, good luck, MLH. Thank you, Salty. Appreciate it. It's going swimmingly so far. The writing process is not going to be the problem for me. The shooting of the movie is going to be, that's going to be an undertaking, but I'm already assembling a small team of people to help me out, so it's it may not be as daunting as I'm thinking in my mind, but that's to be determined. We'll see. Shirley Z says, at least no one was killed on both sides. Thanks for letting us see whatever we could see. Be safe. This was the weird situation on Colfax that I was alerted to. I got a tip and I went there, and it was like some type of hold up, or I don't know what it was, but it ended up being not a huge deal. But I was there for 3 hours, so like Shirley said, luckily nobody got hurt. Okay, the first hate comment here. Auditors are scumbags. I like how you just have a blanket assumption that every single auditor is a scumbag. I mean, that's that's already taking it a bit too far. I mean, are there scumbag auditors? Yes. Am I a scumbag auditor? Well, I mean, I don't really consider myself any one thing. I'm a jack of all trades, so I would assume that you're not including me in that. It said you guys were ignored and dismissed. This was the Denver cop decides to go hands-on with Regan Benson. It's funny because how can you be dismissed with a fence around everywhere that you're doing a homeless sweep? So, I mean, your comment's kind of invalid, but thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Michelle says, if we ever come back to Denver, we will definitely avoid Colfax. I wouldn't avoid it, Michelle, because that's real life. That's you have to look at the good with the bad, right? Or at least the bad with the good, So it is what it is. Good morning, Regan. Yeah, it's the trolls that are scumbags, pretty much. I totally agree with that, Regan. I mean, you get a lot of scumbags on your channel. If you're not subbed to Regan Benson, make sure you sub. I'm sure everybody here is, but if not, sub to her channel. She's great. I call Regan the greatest of all time, and for good reason. The GOAT. Ashley, on my script writing, says, never stop challenging yourself or an opportunity to grow. Best wishes. Thank you, Ashley. I know you're in chat there. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not sounding. I got a cold, Regan, but I sound worse today, but I felt worse yesterday. I mean, I still feel icky, but yesterday was worse. I didn't feel like doing anything yesterday. On my possible situation near Colfax about a week ago today, Unchained Artist says, fun hang, fam. So thanks for hanging with me, Unchained. That was, I don't know about fun, but it was something else. On last week's comment show, Harry says, been super busy. Great show as normal. Thank you, Harry. I really appreciate it. Harry's got a great channel as well. Make sure you sub to Harry's. I know you've been busy, Harry, so it's all good. Sasquatch in the house. What's up, Sasquatch? Nice to have you in here. Yeah, Regan. I mean, is what it is. I call it I call a spade, Regan. You know that. Harry says, can't wait to see my script. I've been thinking about showing you guys a preview of it. Maybe next week I'll put up a preview of the script. Like I said, I have almost the entire beginning done. So it's been going pretty awesome. Like I said, this past couple of days I haven't felt great, so I haven't worked on it. But I haven't done anything past couple of days. But I think starting tomorrow I'll feel a lot better, and then I can, get on with doing a lot more stuff. Hey, Regan, by the way, since you're in here, I will be going out probably Thursday. They're going to be doing a sweep downtown Denver, and I'm going to try to get some drone footage. Last couple of times that I've went out with my drone, I've either been too late or they moved parameters. You know how Denver is. They say one thing and then they do the complete opposite. So it's like trying to wrangle cats, out in the wild. So, but I do get the notifications, Regan. So like I said, Thursday I'm gonna try to be out there to get some drone footage of what's going on out there, because it's nothing nice. I mean, the past couple of times that I caught drone footage of those cretins, it's the same thing. Let's throw away everybody's possessions. I mean, only the Denver Police Department can get away with all that shit. It's weird. It's like somebody goes into your house and takes like 90% of your stuff and throws it in the trash and then tells you to get the hell out of there. That's pretty much homeless sweeps in Denver. Ms. Libby says, awesome, MLH, you got this on the script that I'm writing. Thank you, Ms. Libby. I really appreciate it. NF on my video where I was on Colfax again said, I got jumped and carjacked attempted on Dayton and Colfax in 2012. The people who did it ran off, and I managed to make it home on Chambers and I-70. The police were useless. All they could do is impound my truck for evidence. Who knows how long, or I could not file a report and get my truck, which is the choice I made, and I had to pay a towing fee to get it back. So basically my truck got damaged, I was severely beaten, and I had to pay to get my truck back from the police. That's NF. Thank you so much for commenting and putting in your personal experience there. This puts a spotlight on Denver PD. I mean, nationally, the police solve about 2% of all crime, which is nowhere near good enough. And Denver's probably worse than that. So it's not surprising that they were like, you got beat up and you barely made it home. No big deal. We're going to take your truck for evidence, and then we're never going to do anything. And then we're going to charge you a towing fee and an impound fee. Yeah, it's shitty. And imagine being a homeless person. It's even worse because you never have money for it, and most likely you'll get tickets for it. You'll get ticketed for calling them. So, it is what it is. Yeah, Regan, I did get notice this week and last week. I think last week was one of the ones I was telling you that there was they switched up. They do that all the time. They'll tell you we're gonna be here, and then they don't show up there. Or or it's too wide of an area. This one coming up next week is a wide area, but I think I know where they're gonna be, so I'm gonna try to get out there and get some drone footage, which is always interesting because it's a different perspective. Let's just put it that way. Blue Unicorn says, if you need any blue unicorns for the cast, hit me up. I'm good. My mom used to send me to my room until I could learn how to act. So you got sent to your room quite a bit, Blue Unicorn, is what you're saying, and actually learned how to act, hopefully. If you're interested, Blue Unicorn, I think you're up in Loveland. Hit me up on email. I may be able to use you. But I plan on shooting in January. Hopefully January. That's what I'm, working towards. King Solomon says, hey MLH, good coverage on my possible situation near Colfax vid. Thank you, King Solomon. I know you always watch the vids. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Jose G, MLH production in the works. Very cool. Yeah, I'm working on it. Like I said, past couple of days have been a little rough. Yeah. Yeah, Regan, you don't really need to thank me. I mean, I I'm doing it as a service to everybody. Hopefully, people look at it like that. I mean, it is what it is. Blue Unicorn's in chat. What's up, Blue Unicorn? Nice to have you in there. Yeah, I know. Yeah, MLH wants to use me. Sure. Caparo, thanks for coming on in there. My voice is not great today, Caparo. I have a cold, so it is what it is. Darlene says this was an interesting video. The drunk guy tries to start trouble. For a change, Denver PD actually acted right and didn't escalate things when I was out on a cop watch, and which was great. But then you have this jackass that showed up, this drunk guy, and tried to get us in trouble by crying to the cops. It was funny. K-Dot and I were just minding our own business, recording, and this guy just comes up and tries to tell us that we can't record and blah blah blah. I'm like, I've told him the basic stuff, like we're in public and all that, and he decided to cry to the cops, and of course the cops didn't do anything, which was nice, for a change, not to have the cops, do stuff, but Darlene says there's got to be one in every bunch. Thank you so much for sharing. God bless and stay safe. Thank you, Darlene. Always try to stay safe. Darlene follows that up with the other video that I did. Denver police shockingly do a good job, which was at the same location. Some bars can be pretty rowdy. Hope nobody got hurt, or at least they arrested one guy. Thank you so much for sharing with us. It's safe. Yeah, definitely safe for everybody that watches, no doubt. Jonathan Mazzilli, a good friend of the show, says, can't wait to see it. MLH Production presents. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You guys are going to be surprised. I think you guys are going to be surprised. Hawk Fan says, if anyone is up to the task, it's you, buddy. The work is hard, but the reward is great. For some reason, the writing has been going pretty good, Hawk Fan. So I'm not worried about the writing. I've always been a pretty good writer. But, putting it in script form is going to be a slightly challenging, but I already have a template for that. The hard part is going to be shooting the movie, and finding people that are actually going to want to be on screen. And, there's a lot of logistical, it's a logistical nightmare. I can already tell I'm going to run into a lot of problems. But if I plan the right way, then it should go as smooth as it can for a shoestring budget movie, like less than a B movie budget. I mean, obviously I don't have a ton of money, but it is what it is. But I got a good vision, so hopefully it'll, you'll totally do it, Blue Unicorn. Okay, then that sounds good. Let's see. Pet videos always get pumped into the algorithm. Yeah, I know. Jeffco Accountability, what's up? My cat video up to 950. I can't believe it. Yeah, I mean, so some of the weirdest videos get picked up on the algorithm. It's strange. Like I had a good interaction with some Aurora cops, and that got, that caught a little tiny bit of virality. It was weird, but the weirdest things get picked up by YouTube. Caparo says best movies were the old B movies. Shout out Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead, man. That's a great movie. Evil Dead 2 slightly better. Fab Daddy 44, friend of the show, says curious. So looking forward to your movie. It's I will say it's more of a dramatic piece, but you guys are gonna be surprised when it comes out. It's there's a certain, I don't want to say hook, but there's a certain character that's gonna be in it that you guys are gonna recognize very well, and it's kind of the vehicle for the whole movie. But it's gonna be fun. King Solomon says you got this MLH facts. Yeah, I'm working on it. Like I said, maybe later today if I feel better, I'm gonna start in again. Let the juices flow, Salty says. Thank you very much. Ms. Libby says MLH is on a mission, so proud of you. Thank you very much, Ms. Libby. Yeah, I'm furiously working on it. At least I did until I got sick. Curious Bunny says she was the first on my candid convo with Sergeant Lanier of the Aurora Police. I hope you guys have had a chance to watch that video. It's about a half an hour long, but it's an important video because um, I've run into this sergeant before. So has KDOT. This guy has a veneer of being a nice guy, and I want you guys to decide for yourself if this guy is telling the truth or if he's full of shit. And probably know how I feel about it. I just want an honest perspective of what you guys think about this conversation, because it was quite interesting, really interesting, and it was like an impromptu conversation at the end of a cop watch. It was something else. Let's just put it that way. Matthew King, what's up, man? Nice to have you in there. Yeah, Matthew. I know you think you figured out the premise. Yeah, you may be surprised, Matthew. I talked about you earlier, Matthew. Sometime this week, I'm gonna have a stream dedicated to you, my friend, and I'm gonna find one random person, and I'm gonna get them a hot meal. No, random homeless person, give them a hot meal. I mean, I think that's appropriate, to do. So I don't think I could, um, could have used your money in a better manner. I mean, $10, one meal for a person for a day, it'll make a difference. So that's, feel good about. I think I feel good about doing that. I've been thinking about that a little while, Matthew. Yeah, it does. It makes a big difference. So, all right. Let's see. Keeper of the List says minimum BA in criminal justice or social services up here, then police training. Keeper, this is what I was trying to explain. He was actually really surprised when I told him, this Sergeant Lanier. We were talking about training. He was like acting like the training was so extensive, right? He was like, well, you got 6 months of this type of training and you got 3 months of this type of training, right? So in essence, he was telling me with a straight face that 9 months of training was, oof, that was a big accomplishment, right? Um, and then I knocked the bottom out of him when I said, in other countries, like I think it's the Netherlands, you have to have a 4-year degree and, an actual police degree to be a policeman over there. Where they teach you de-escalation tactics and everything properly. It's the reason why there's way less problems overseas with police than there are here in the United States. And Denver and Aurora are two of the worst police departments in all the United States. The only department that I can think of on the same level, I mean, they're all pretty bad, right? But Mesa, Arizona is really bad too. Excuse me for a second. I need to take a quick drink before I continue. I've been yapping all this time, y'all. Okay. Yeah, so it was definitely a candid conversation. Like I said, I hope you guys watch that and determine for yourself, whether this guy was, being honest and forthright or if he was just full of hot air. Shirley Z says the feeling about this guy is still up in the air, as they say. When it comes down to it, he would back the Blue Line Gang even if they were wrong. That's exactly right. And I think I pointed that out, Shirley, in the conversation. He was really cordial with KDOT, but I could tell him and I, didn't see eye to eye. And neither did KDOT. KDOT knew he was full of it, but, Ms. Libby says transparency is everything. Indeed it is. Keeper, who's in the chat, says he was giving you a serious snow job. You know how I know that, Keeper? Because I've run into this sergeant before, and so has KDOT. We both know the score with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Keeper of the List also says drug testing mandatory there. Oil rig workers have to. Why not Leos? I don't think that's a requirement. in Aurora. So, that's a good point, Keeper. They really should have to take random drug tests all the time. Uh, let's see. U.S. police training is 90% military and compliance training. Yeah, I agree with that, Anon. It's ridiculous, the training. It's not good. All right. Uh, let's see. Jen says, good job, guys. Thank you very much, Jen. Appreciate you, as always. One of the best mods on the planet. Neslover gave me a bunch of emojis. Thank you very much. King Solomon, M to the L to the H. Thank you very much, King Solomon. Canada says, that sergeant could sell ice to an Eskimo. He's a great salesman. Gift of the gab. Yeah, like I said, I've run into this sergeant before, Canada, and he wasn't nearly as nice as he was in this conversation. Regan, are you still in chat? It's funny because sorry, I had to take care of a sex bot in chat. It's funny because I lost my thought. Anyways, 76 Emerson says he talks like he's a good guy. I won't believe it till I see him do something good. I've never caught this particular sergeant doing anything great other than have this conversation with us, 76. And like I said, I've run into this sergeant before when he was not nearly as nice. And so is K-Dot. This next, I'm kind of curious about this one, guys, and I kind of need your opinion, all right? Tommy Stock 64 put in a timestamp, of 7 minutes and 50 seconds into the video, right? And I went to that 7 minutes and 50 seconds, and there was a car that drove by. And I'm wondering if this was some sort of threat, if you wanted to say that you were the one that passed in the vehicle that passed by. I'm not sure what you meant by 7 minutes and 50 seconds, Tommy Stock. So if you could clarify that for me, that would be great. Like I said, I hope it's not some veiled threat or something, because there was, at that timestamp, a car went by. So I don't know if you're watching me, if you're stalking me. This was a live. I was on a live right here. If so, that's kind of creepy, But if you're just trying to say that you passed on by, then just say it. I passed by, Alan B says, not convinced yet. Yeah, I totally agree, Alan B. Shane Busta, I hope I said that right, Shane. It is not just one rotten apple. It's one rotten orchard of trees that happens to grow some good apples. It is not the apples that are rotten. It is the barrel or structure that has gone bad. I could not have said that better, Shane. This is a great point, and this is a point that I was trying to make to him that you will hear in the video. This guy says a few rotten apples, right, Sergeant Lanier? And I'm like, you guys have jaded the entire country to believe that it's a few rotten apples when it's actually the opposite. There's a few good cops, most likely brand new recruits, that get turned into rotten apples, and the rest are just rotten. That's how it is. I mean, I only have anecdotal evidence from my perspective of what I see out there, but it's just kind of funny that it's video after video after video after video of cops being shitty, right? I mean, it's no wonder, I mean, 99% of the videos on my channel are cops being assholes. So I agree with you 100%, Shane, no doubt. Drop the stamp and say hello. Yeah, I agree, Caparo. I really don't know why that person decided to put in a timestamp, and it was just odd because a truck passes by, and I was trying to look at the license plate because you could figure out a lot from a license plate, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't get a good look at the license plate. Shirley Z on my Script says, wish you all the luck in your movie. If I lived out there, I would be a great background person for your movie. I can stand there and make great facial expressions. Also, I can cry with tears on cue. All I have to do is think of all the injustice the cops do. that's great, Shirley. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you were here, I would definitely have you in the movie. Caparo says, this guy is so fake. Caparo's in chat. Right on. Was in the moment and even watching back. Yeah, Caparo, I tend to agree with you, to be honest. So thank you for commenting, and thank you for being in the comment show this week. Really, really appreciate it. Pelone makes his second appearance on the comment show. Says, great job, MLH and KDOT. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Pelone, as always. Lois Holland says, if it's only a small percentage of bad cops, why do 40% of them beat their spouses? It's actually more like 60%, Lois. 6% beat their kids. I think that's a bit higher, too. Are criminals, do and steal drugs, money, hurt children, beat detainees, and have hundreds of thousands of YouTube on YouTube caught. As the rate of cops being arrested and prosecuted has gone up so much this past few years. That's a great point, Lois. I didn't get a chance to get into detail with this guy, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have a great rebuttal to that. But it's when you bring up facts, then you're the craziest person in the world. And the baker's poisoning the flour. The bakery's on fire, and there's rats in the sugar. But it's just a few bad apples. Exactly, Sasquatch. Let's see. I've noticed so much more unprofessional behavior out of cops since I started watching that. I never saw before. I was blind. The number went up. 65% beat their spouses. It used to be 40. Yeah, Matthew. Yeah. See, it's probably old data. And there are studies to show that 70% of them. I don't have the studies right in front of me, so I don't know if this is 100% accurate. So don't take this, as like gospel. But 70% have psychopathic tendencies or are psychopaths. That doesn't mean they're like killing everybody. It just means that they have psychopathic tendencies. They're more likely to kill you. They're more likely to beat you up. They're more likely to kick dogs or beat up people or do psychopathic things, right? I mean, I bet you a lot of them, if you go back to their childhood, I bet you a lot of them killed animals too. I mean, that's a scary thought, isn't it? Alan B said, interesting on my movie venture. Appreciate that, Alan B. George Suckalatophilus, that's pretty funny, says, haha, cops these days want the BBC so bad. I don't want to tell you guys what that means. It's pretty naughty. Then just go after the crew that isn't, let's say, diverse enough. Crazy to see and cringe AF to hear him talk the way that he does. What an upside down power dynamic with him constantly fishing for their acceptance with his bragging about a podcast and saying dude all the time. Cool to see officers that have learned to speak jive, though. Y'all, he can definitely speak jive, George, no doubt. But it is gross to hear. I mean, he has his own podcast. I've listened to the podcast, George. It sucks. It's not very funny, not very witty, and he never really talks about police stuff. So it's just something completely separate away from his policing. I think that's his outlet to, I don't know, not kill somebody, I guess. I bet you if I was to look at his file, though, there'd be some shady stuff. Harry Nutt says, you two are a great team. I think we do make a good team, Harry. It's always good to get out with KDOT. Jonathan Mazzilli says, wicked cool beans. I heard Mustachioed was auditioning for the lead role. No, Mustachioed is not auditioning for the lead role, but I will tell you guys, this is a little snippet, right? Even though my movie's not a comedy, the Mustachio does play a role in the movie. Interesting, Strange and Unusual says that's the same place Harold Balder got his haircut, where I was in Vegas at the hair cutting salon. You guys got to check out that video. It was pretty fun. Jen Well gave me the eyes. Thank you, Jen, for being in there. All right, let's go to the held for review section. See if I got any in there. Does not look like I got any nasty comments other than that one that I had earlier, guys. Let's go to the mentions. I want to make sure and get those out of the way. Bernie mentioned me in a video. She put out, actually, guys, sub to Bernie's channel. She put out a really cool helicopter. Like when we were in Vegas, she finally put the video where we took a helicopter ride, and it's a really cool perspective. So make sure you check that out. Bernie Branches on YouTube. Make sure you sub to her if you're not already. She's at 90 subs. Can we get her to 100 subs today? I think we could. I'm pretty sure we could. Sub to Bernie. She's got some good plans for her channel, and she's just a great person. So, Horizon City News Service mentioned me in a video entitled "Corrupt Cops Get Put in Their Place by a Good Citizen." I've seen that video, Horizon City. Appreciate the mention, though, for sure. Also mentioned me in another video. Colorado cops love handing out lawsuits by Rogue Nation. I've seen that video as well. It's a pretty good video. And K-Dot mentioned me on my own video. Thank you, K-Dot. And Dragonet Transparency, 1 week ago today, mentioned me in a video entitled Nashville Audits, and I went out to MTSU to audit and find the law library. I've not seen that video yet, Dragonet. I'm going to have to check it out. Horizon City also mentioned me in a video, and Regan, and DJ K-Dot, and Lackluster, and Colorado Donkey Watch. Excessive substance abuse in Lakewood, Colorado. Does Colorado have one of the USA's biggest drug problems? I saw this video, Horizon City, and I'm glad you brought it up because I want to make mention of it. The problem with this video is this person, it's exploitative. There's a couple of videos that this person has done that I've really taken exception to. There was one video where he went and I think it's this video actually, where he was talking to a homeless person, and the homeless person was asking for like $1 or $2 or whatever, and this guy never has any money, never does anything but exploit the homeless out there. So it is what it is. Sasquatch said coming soon to Sasquatch Radio, MLH. Yes. And this is going to be funny because K-Dot and I are going to be recording sometime this week, Sasquatch. I don't know if you're still in there. But we are going to record something for you this week. Let's just put it that way. And, make sure you check out Sasquatch's channel. I think that's where he's going to have like a public access channel type thing, which is going to be really cool. Thank you, Caparo in chat. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Really helps. Yeah, Matthew, it's exploitative. If I ever see that guy doing that stuff, I'm gonna make sure he gets a piece of my mind too. I'm always over there, so it is what it is. I know exactly the stretch, and he mislabels things. Like he'll say it's Lakewood and it's actually Denver, or vice versa. And he doesn't know the area. And it's like, dude, come on, get your stuff right. Horizon City also mentioned me on a video entitled Cops hog-tie innocent man. Can police hog-tie arrestees? I think the answer to that is yes, they can. Unfortunately. Yeah. Sasquatch, another one, has a poll, but yeah. And that's about it, everybody. What do you guys got planned for Halloween? Anything? Nothing? Fab Daddy, good morning. Welcome in. Let's see. What else we got in here? Imagine Between the Ferns run by rabid monkeys on peyote. Yes, Sasquatch. That's exactly how I envision it. It's going to be awesome. The Red Fern. Yes. Party starts at 4:20. It sure does, Fab Daddy. I think I'm going to wrap this up. I'm losing my voice even more, but thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Have a safe weekend, everybody. If you're struggling with your own mental health, excuse me, if you're struggling with your mental health, please reach out to somebody that you know, love, and trust. And in lieu of that, my email is mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, or a counselor, but I do listen, and sometimes that's all it takes. But if you can't wait for me to respond, just remember, somebody out there thinks you're their favorite. That thought could save your life. There's also a quick number that you can dial if you really need urgent help. It's 988 in the United States. I don't know what the one in Canada is, but look it up on the internet. I'm sure there's a Canadian helpline. Same thing in Mexico. I think they got one too. But you can, if you're uncomfortable with talking with somebody, you can also just text 988 and get a hold of somebody that way. So you can text back and forth. But they are professionals on the other end of that line. But like I said, just hang in there. Life does get tough at times. I've had those moments. I know how it is. So hang in there. Life is worth living. There are people that care about you, that love you, even if you don't realize it. So there you go. I will say, Ricola, thank you very much. Tea with honey. Yes, I will do that right after the show. I was going to do a hot toddy last night, but I totally forgot. I even bought the lemons for it, and I didn't do it. Oh, well. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate you all. Make sure you share the love. Tell people. I mean, word of mouth is the only way that this channel is going to grow. I'm not one of these people that has viral videos all the time. I don't, I'm just not that dude, but the channel is growing slowly but surely, and it's because of you guys. It's because you guys tell people, hey, you guys should check out this channel. So, next time you're in a conversation, oh, what are you guys watching on YouTube or whatever, make sure you mention my channel, and if people like what they see, please subscribe. That's the best way that I can put it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. Have a safe holiday weekend / Monday, Halloween, whatever. Watch lots of scary movies. Be kind. Hand out lots of treats to the kids. It's such a joyful holiday. Thank you guys so much for joining this week. I will see you guys hopefully this week if I feel better. And like I said, I will be starting in on the script that I'm working on even more this week once I feel better. But that's all for this week. Thank you guys for joining. See you all hopefully during the week and next week's comment show. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody.